Good morning, Alan here from RVAcrossAmerica.net, and this post is going to be at RVAcrossAmerica.net/RV 2022. Forgive me as I check my notes, but it's going to be at RVAcrossAmerica.net/RV 2022. And I've got two goals here. I want to kind of share with you how things are going. It's mid-June as I record this. I'm in Edgemont, South Dakota. You can see the fairgrounds facilities behind me, with tall grass growing, and they're getting ready for their fair in about 6 weeks here in Edgemont. And I also want to bring you up to speed on the state of the RV industry, what's happening to RV sales, what it means to you as a potential buyer and seller. And I've got some data to share with you, and to go along with it with a lot of what I think is insightful analysis is at RVAcrossAmerica.net/RV 2022. So let me start out here. I'm in Edgewood. I'm following my plan. I'm staying here for a couple of months, longer stays, which saves me money on the monthly rent. It means that I'm using a bit less fuel, which of course here it's $5.49 a gallon for diesel at the moment. That's a factor. That's something that has to be considered. It's a central location, not far from Hot Springs, South Dakota, not far from Angostura Lake, which I love kayaking in, and not far from Custer. And I even got up to Casper this past weekend, and I want to give a quick shout out to Dusty, Angie, Hayden, and everybody else in the gang that was there for Andrew's diaper party. And it was a great time, and it was nice. The drive really reinforced to me how much rain we've had over the last few weeks. Yes, that closure in Yellowstone has been the same kind of weather pattern that we've been in. We've had way more rainfall than normal. It's been cooler than normal. This morning was in the low 40s. We're finally warming up. Today is light winds with temperatures in the mid-80s, and then we've got a couple of days of a heat wave with temperatures around 100, and then cooling off again. So no sign of prolonged heat wave like we had last summer. Last June at this time, you couldn't buy a cloud and you couldn't buy a 95-degree day. Every afternoon was 98 to 102. So let's talk about the RV industry. You'll see in my post, again at RVAcrossAmerica.net/RV 2022, the headline paragraph talks about motorhome prices falling 4% and trailer prices going up 2%. Now, as always, there's a story within the story. It's not as simple as, well, motorhome prices are going down and travel trailer prices are going up. That's not really the case. What's happening is, and this is all based on my research, calling several different dealers, salespeople I know, and even speaking with some good RV techs who are doing a lot of repair business and understand what's happening in the industry. My assessment is that while there are a whole lot of campers coming on the market, people trying to sell, some of them are from the last 3 years. And those people who are selling within the last 3 years still owe a lot of money on their campers and paid a lot of money for their campers. And they want a lot of money for their campers. So there's going to be a disconnect between what they want and what they're going to get. And it may take a while before the numbers come down to where they should be. For my clients, for my RV concierge clients, that's what I'm starting to do. I'm starting to understand that depending on the unit we're looking for, and again, not all units are falling off the cliff in terms of demand, but depending on the unit they're looking for, I may negotiate very hard for that and advise my client that if the seller does not accept our offer, that we keep looking, or that we wait it out and wait until the seller comes to the realization that they're not going to get anywhere near what they're asking. So that's how I'm handling my clients, and I recommend to you that if you want to go with me, great. You can get the information within my post on how to contact me. But if you want to do this on your own, you need to know that there are some categories of campers out there that are not in very great demand. And what I'm seeing, and I go into a bit greater detail in the post, is that there is a movement towards people buying campers to live in. And I know that some of that is demographics. In other words, the boomer generation aging out and wanting to be on the road and travel and maybe do it economically the way I am. And they want to have a camper they can live in, a fifth wheel or maybe a large travel trailer or a Class A. Or they're getting pushed out of their current housing. In other words, their mortgage is going up in price, their taxes are going up in cost, or their rent is going up. Any way you look at it, they're looking at the situation and saying, you know what, I might be better off living in a camper and just parking it at some campground somewhere. And there are a lot of campgrounds with a lot of people living full-time in them now. It's, I guess, America 2022. 1930s all over again in some ways, and maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to go there in the video. But, in my post, you'll see where I detail what campers I believe are on the chopping block that people do not have a lot of demand for. And you'll see where I think that there is still some demand. And in fact, you may get into a very competitive market to try and get certain campers. It is what it is. But that's what's over there. It's at rvacrossamerica.net/RV2022. I have some other posts coming up for you very soon. I've got posts coming up on water filtration because that's a big issue in campers. You want to keep the water pure and clean. That's important. We're going to talk about camper design and having water tanks that can actually hold a reasonable amount of water and who provides that. We're also going to talk about some other RV travel issues. I've got some other great footage for you. It's amazing out here how green the fields are. It looks like North Carolina. There are a couple of photos over on the post of Casper Mountain, and Casper Mountain in central Wyoming right now looks a lot like being in the Appalachians. It's lush, it's green, and there's been a ton of rain. There's even a trace of snow left over from snowfalls that ended way back at the beginning of June and at the end of May. Anyway, Alan here, rvacrossamerica.net/RV2022. Join me over there. Lots of good information, and I'd love to hear from you. Either comment here on the YouTube video, leave some feedback, give it a thumbs up if you're inclined to, and go over to my post and realize at the end of the post there is a section for commenting. It's where on my concierge service page you've got tons of reviews that you can see what I do and how I'm doing it to help out people who are looking to buy and sell campers. Anyway, you have a great day. Alan here from Edgemont, South Dakota, and I'll be here for a few more weeks. Take care.